going to ask you really if you still have the girlfriend. We know you have the dog, but that's no questionable for me. Thank you. All right, good morning to you. If you are driving through the new Hall Patrick Fine to the right now, I'm going to warn you about something. The truck bypass lane going south 5 to south 5, right to 405 foot. There's been a long time pressure at this point, and yes, indeed, it's rather slow. Now, here's the good news. Once you get to that point, if you're going to choose the infamous 405 going across the San Fernando Valley, it's good, and the South 5 is good as well. Out to the Inland Empire, now it's quite a problem. We'll keep you updated on this, but East San Bernardino at 15, free-rider open, westbound all lanes are open, no problem there. Going towards East LA, listen up. North 77 to Washington off-ramp, that's infamous off-ramp. Overturn rig, that happens all the time there. You just Atlantic Bandini before, Cesar Chavez after, and going to LAX, West 105 at Hawthorne, a little slow going through. Do not go away, we got you covered. KFI in the sky helps you get there faster. I'm Jeff Barr.
First, take a look at the weather coming up, and then we hit handle on the news next.
Rick Edelman, #1 New York Times best-selling author and founder of Edelman Financial Engines, takes questions on his radio show.
Hi, Rick. I have a pension and can take it as monthly income or a lump sum. Which do you think is better?
Well, the monthly check is only as safe as your employer's ability to pay it. I mean, that will never rise, so inflation will erode its value. You have no access to the principal, and when you die, the money stops, even if you die tomorrow. So we usually recommend the lump sum. You get to invest the money however you want and generate your own income. You have full access anytime, and whatever's left over goes to your spouse or kids. But for some workers, the monthly option is better, so you should meet with a financial advisor to be sure that you're doing what's best for you.
That's Rick Edelman, founder of Edelman Financial Engines, with his advice on pensions. If you have a personal finance question, talk to an experienced financial planner at 888-PLAN-RICK or visit rickedelman.com. The Delta variant is making COVID-19 spread faster and more easily. Variants can be more contagious, aggressive, and deadly. But we know vaccines work. Vaccinated Californians have greater protection against serious illness, hospitalization, and death. We can help stop the spread and end this pandemic. Get vaccinated and wear a mask when it can protect you and others. Find a vaccine near you at myturn.ca.gov. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
Alpine weather from KFI. Gradual clarity today and a degree cooler. It's still going to be hot for the most part. Highs almost 70 at the beaches, close to 80. Metro LA, Orange County, around 90. Inland Empire in the valley. About the same, mostly over the weekend. A little bit hotter to kick off next week. Hopefully not too much. Right now in Fountain Valley, 66. Lake Forest, 62. Manhattan Beach, 63. Marina Del Rey, 62 degrees. We lead local from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Michael Crozier. This has been your wake-up call on KFI AM 640, live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Handle on the news is now.
Handle on the news.
The waves have always been crazy.
Big creatures, dimensional rifts.
Spontaneous harmony.
I don't care if Monday's blue, Tuesday's grey and Wednesday's blue. Thursday, I don't care about you. It's Friday, I'm in love.
KFI AM 640, live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Good morning, this is the Bill Handel Show. The morning crew is here. We have made a modification for today. Jennifer Jones-Lee is out. Michael Crozier is
Hello,
in
my
the
friend.
booth. Hello, my old weekend show friend.
Back in the day.
Good to see you.
And you as well, man. How's it been going with Handle this week, by the way? Is this the first week he's done this thing? Where he's come in like 8:30 or something like that?
Yes.
Okay.
And he'll be in today.
Right on. Look forward to it. I haven't seen him in forever.
Oh, good. Tyler Whitman, good morning. You're the technical director of the show.
Good morning, Wayne. How are you?
I'm good. Alex Razzo is the producer.
Morning.
Wow. I bet she feels so loved after that.
Sorry.
Sometimes it's a very sincere, hey, look, everybody's here, and I love you all, and it's totally sincere. And then there are times when it's like, you're just a more, it's like, let's just get to the news. You know what I mean? Enough chit-chat.
Yeah, let's get to it.
I'm not always in the mood. I'm not a big chit-chat.
You're not?
Not really. I have a whole theory, and this is very ironic, and I understand this can immediately be turned against me because I'm about to say something on the radio where I talk for, a significant amount of a 4-hour period of time. Okay, so I recognize that. On the other hand, this is my job to talk in this manner. Generally, everybody talks way too much in life. Everybody.
Really?
Yep, that's my theory.
You just want a mute world.
I would like everybody to dial back their non-essential verbiage by, I'd be happy if we could start with dial that back 30%.
Wow, 30%.
Yeah, there's way too many banal conversations going on.
So the five senses your least favorite is hearing. Because you want to hear less than you do now.
I want to hear way less than I do now. These are conversations that simply do not have to be had. Here's an example. And it's everywhere you go. You can't go anywhere. Especially because now everybody is talking on their phone everywhere they are. It doesn't matter where you are, you've got to be talking on the phone to someone who's not where you are all the time. So there's those conversations, and I only get half of it. And then there's just the, oh my God. Like in the parking lot of a pavilion, two ladies, yak, 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 yakking. Why?
Did they know each other?
I'm assuming they know each other. But why? Like, you're either coming from somewhere or you're going somewhere.
Right.
If you're coming from somewhere, your time at the Pavilion Shopping Center has ended. Vacate the premises, please.
I am always fascinated yet irritated by the people that strike up conversations as if you guys have known each other forever with complete strangers.
Well, that's another problem.
I'm fascinated and irritated by people like that.
Right. You just react. Okay? Because this is very much precisely the kind of thing I have to hear all the time. Are you ready? And then I told her that it didn't matter if it was wool or if it was silk. You know what I'm saying?
Do you ever let out an audible, oh, you walk by?
No, one time. I walked by two guys, and they were broing out.
Bro.
And I was like, why don't you get in your cars and leave this place? Your business here is clearly done. Or at least take it over to the side discreetly, And this was not on it wasn't like I formed the idea in my head, oh, this will be funny if I say this thing. It just happened. So I'm walking by, and it's this, and that, and something this, and creatine that, and I don't remember. And just involuntarily I went, ugh, these yentas. Which is not even a correct use of the Yiddish term, although it is a gender egalitarian use of the term. Because usually that you would implying it's women who are talking a lot, or yentas.
That's one of the benefits, I think, of getting older and maturing a little bit, because I used to feel so much pressure when, if you're checking out, per se, and the cashier or whatever is one of those wants to chat with you. How's your doing? Yada, yada, yada.
Oh.
And I hate that, man. And the person in front of me would get that, and I just feel so much pressure to go, to participate. And with age and maturation, you just go, no, I'm just not playing that.
Yeah,
fine.
I have a little, I'll give you this tip if you want it.
Please.
No pressure. Because the most annoying part of that, if they just go like, hi, how are you doing?
Sure.
Oh, I haven't tried these before. Are they good? And you can either go, yeah, they're great. Or you can go, well, I haven't tried them either. But when they're very specific, they go, so, have any plans?
No.
So this is what I do now. And I say it every time. Just go, or you can come up with your own too. But they'll go like, got any plans for the weekend? And I go, I'm flying to London. My aunt is being awarded an OBE. And that's the end of the conversation. Because it's not the kind of thing they were expecting, and it's not the kind of thing they have any follow-ups prepared for.
Wait, am I dumb? Should I know what OBE is? Did you make that up, or?
No, that's an award that you can get from the Queen.
Oh, is that the
Order
knighthood?
of the? I forgot what it stands for.
Is that a knighthood? Is that the same thing, or is it a different sort of
Well,
thing?
now you're going to make me look things up. I just
Well, it
know-
can't be a knighthood, can it? Didn't it used to be that knighthoods you had to be English?
I think you still do. It's Order of the British Empire.
So
The most excellent order of the British Empire is a British Order of Chivalry, rewarding contributions to the arts and sciences, work with charitable and welfare organizations, and public service outside the civil service. So there you go.
So I guess when you say this, are you saying it to not get a reply, to shut it down?
Yes,
But then,
because most people, if they answer, they'll go like, I'm going to go for a bike ride. And then they're like, oh, where are you going to ride? You know, it's like, I'm going
Never
to
ending.
London, my aunt is getting the OBE. If they even know what that is,
Right.
they still, what are they going to say in response?
Yeah, well, if they know what it is,
They
I
just
can
go,
imagine what
every
says.
time it's the same, they just go, oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
And then they quietly ring up and bag the rest of my groceries. Now, you can come up with your own. You know, you can come up with something equally obtuse, but the point is this. I'm golden because I'm playing along. You asked me if I have plans. I told you what my plans.
You've given some detail.
I wasn't rude. I didn't ignore the question. I didn't make it uncomfortable by saying, oh, I don't really want to talk to you.
You actually fancified your response.
And I didn't make it uncomfortable by saying, no, nothing.
Yeah, right.
Right?
Yeah.
So I gave them something. It's not what they were expecting.
My answer is usually drinking and swimming.
That's not bad.
Yeah, drinking and swimming.
There's a lot of follow-ups available for those, though. What stroke? Cocktails? I could follow up with you on that for 20
I
minutes.
just looked down at what I was buying at the moment.
Meanwhile, your pint of ice cream's melting.
That's, I'm going to make a shake. I'm going to make a...
So anyway, people, I could easily go like an entire weekend and not speak.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't feel weird about it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't feel, pent up needing to talk. I'd be perfectly happy.
I'm good with that, too.
Yeah. All right, and yet we're both in radio. So
Yeah,
let's
right.
figure that. Let's get a news update from Michael Crozier, and then we will start Friday's Handle on the News. This is KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Orange County's kicked off its first mobile response team for mental health crises in Huntington Beach. An L.A. County Sheriff's deputy's been killed in a high-speed crash driving a vintage Shelby Cobra in Temple City. And the director of Covered California says he's going to step down early next year. Peter Lee had been serving since the program's inception 9 years ago. We'll check PCH with our KFI Not Quite in the Sky next.
I still get chills when I think about the stress and drama of selling my house. Well, Open Doors invented a whole new way to sell your home, and it's one without the hassles and hurdles of listings and showings. See, with Open Door, you get to skip all the hard parts. You don't have to make repairs yourself or do any prep work. Just go to opendoor.com, enter your address, tell them a little bit about your house, and they'll make you an offer in minutes. They even compare your house against comps in the neighborhood to come up with a real competitive offer. So I thought, what the heck? Let me see what they'll offer me. And boom, in just a couple of minutes, I got my offer, and it was way more than I ever expected. So what do you have to lose? Get your free offer at opendoor.com/myoffer and sell your home the new-fashioned way at opendoor.com/myoffer. Offer eligibility varies. Open Door is represented by Open Door Brokerage, Inc., license number 02061130 in California, and Open Door Brokerage, LLC in its other markets. Visit opendoor.com/myoffer.
Hey, Prime members, save on your snack essentials for work, home, and school. At Whole Foods Market, buy 3 single nutrition bars and get 1 free through September 21st while supplies last. Learn more on the Whole Foods Market app.
Southline weather from KFI, mostly clear today and a degree or so cooler and mostly the same through the weekend. Bit hotter again next week. This report brought to you by Whole Foods Market. There's some early issues in Malibu.
Oh boy, is there ever. Pacific Coast Highway now. If you have to drive it through Malibu, listen up, listen. PCH at Corbin Canyon. That's between the Malibu Pier and Las Flores over by Duke. The only alternative here is Zodiac or a surfboard, but it's closed in both directions. I just got off the phone with Lost Hills Sheriffs, and they confirm all this, so we'll let you know if they start alternating traffic. But right now, closed both directions. Malibu Canyon, to Las Virgenes, Topanga Canyon, even Canaan. In between PCH and the 101, they're all open. Now to downtown Los Angeles. Big problem here. South 110 to Santa Monica Freeway, a bad crash. One driver wound up overturned. A lot of activity approaching that area. South of that, though, pretty good drive. And then if you do make the westbound turn on the 105 going into LAX, real slow is the problem at Hawthorne Boulevard, just a little bit before the 405. That's what it's all about. Eastbound, looking good. Busy morning. KFI in the sky helps you get there faster. I'm Jeff Baugh.
This report is sponsored by the Southern California BMW Centers. Now through September 30th, lease a 2022 BMW X3 S-Drive 30i for $489 a month for 36 months with $39.99 due at signing. See a Southern California BMW Center today for details or visit SoCalBMW.com.
I am one of thousands of women with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body.
I am living in the moment and taking Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for postmenopausal women or for men with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy.
Be in your moment. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
We've got you covered, America. Go solar American style with Semper Solaris, and we'll cover your electric bill. Semper Solaris is your local veteran-owned solar and battery storage contractor. Add Tesla Powerwall and be ready for blackouts. We get the job done with esprit de corps and honor. Semper Solaris offers new AC systems with a lifetime warranty and new roofs with a 50-year warranty. We hire vets and give back to the community with our Semper Cares initiative. Go solar American style with Semper Solaris, and we'll cover your electric bill. 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments until 2023. Get the federal 26% solar and battery tax credit. $500 off for military, first responders, and healthcare workers. Call 877-211-5591. That's 877-211-5591. Or visit SemperSolaris.com. With minimum purchase of 10 panels, up to $500 paid toward electric bill. Cannot be combined with any other offers. Some restrictions apply. Call or see website for details. Expires 9/30/2021. CSLB number 978152.
I'm attorney Darren Kavanoki from 1-800-NO-CUFFS. Can you do the alphabet backwards? Z, Y, X, W, V. Yeah, try doing that by the side of the road. So if you get pulled over, don't wing it. Call us at 1-800-NO-CUFFS.
Hurry in to the mega sale at Ashley Home Store. Take 40% off plus another 5% when you finance for 24 months. So don't wait. Get it today and pay over time. Only at America's #1 mattress and furniture store, Ashley Home Store. This is home.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years.
He was in big trouble.
We're going to take your house, garnish your pay.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm, and rated A+ by the Better Business Bureau.
I don't owe the IRS anymore. It was because of Optima Tax.
Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-783-8055. 800-783-8055.
Optima Tax Relief.
For details, visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
I'm Susan Owen, managing partner at OPO Law. And if you think all personal injury attorneys are alike, you'd be surprised. All law firms are not the same. OPO Law has a 98% success rate on over 10,000 cases we have handled. And while insurance companies continue to make lowball offers, we fight hard to get you the money you deserve. Fierce pursuit to win for you is our specialty. We don't settle your case for what the insurance company thinks it's worth. We settle your case for what we believe it's worth. For over 4 decades, we have gone to battle with the insurance companies and have obtained over $1 billion for injury victims. If you have been injured in an accident, dial pound 250, use keyword personal injury to connect to OPO Law. Remember, you don't pay until we win your case.
OPO Law, the law firm insurance companies fear most.
I'm Susan Owen, and I would be honored to handle your case.
When you dial pound 250, you'll have the option of receiving an auto-dialed text message from iHeartMedia.
as a legal separation, which happened a while ago, did the court determine that you paid her any amount of money?
No.
Income-wise, did she make approximately what you did, or a lot less, or more?
More.
Carl, as a matter of fact, if she made substantially more, you can go for spousal support.
You know, I thought about that, but I'm not that type of person.
Okay, well, but I am like 2 in a heartbeat, but you're going to be fine. She's not going to get it done.
Handle on the Law. Tomorrow morning at 8 on KFI.
More stimulating talk.
If you're injured and need a lawyer, go to handleonthelaw.com.
KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Good morning. It's the Bill Handel Show. The morning crew is here. Michael Crozier is in the news seat in for Jennifer Jones-Lee. And it's time for Handel on the News. The lead story, LA County says they're willing to modify the quarantine rules for unvaccinated students who are exposed to coronavirus. There's a whole bunch of contingencies that have to be met before the student can be quarantined in a less restrictive way, i.e. still allowed to come to school. So you'd be able to come to school even though you were unvaccinated and exposed, but you could only stay at the school for whatever is absolutely necessary to get your education. No diddle-dallying, no extracurriculars, no trying to chat up the cheerleaders during lunch.
But they're not being forced to stay home in quarantine.
That is the idea. There's a bunch of criteria. The exposed student has to be asymptomatic for the duration of the period. They have to stay home except for classroom instruction activities. They have to always wear a mask indoors, outdoors, on the bus, or when they're eating and drinking. And when they're eating and drinking, they have to keep at least 6 feet away from everybody else. So it's sort of like a public quarantine. Instead of staying at home in quarantine, you're like in a little bubble.
Yeah, I don't know. Is that... How, that opens up for more ostracization, I guess, doesn't it? I mean, because like you come in and then you got to go because you got the, you got the Rona.
It definitely it hangs a constant light on the fact that you're an unvaccinated student who was exposed.
How much of this do you think is either compensation or concession to the anti-mask, anti-vaccine people at all versus a legit sort of opening up of at least a little bit?
Well, it's so complicated with all these different criteria that you're right. It's definitely a concession to somebody. I think it's a concession to parents.
Yeah.
Who are like, wait a minute. I chose not to have my kid vaccinated. Of course, it also applies all the way down to kindergarten. So you have kids who can't be vaccinated.
Right.
Right. So the parent is not necessarily even making the choice there.
Yeah.
But my kid's not vaccinated. There's an exposure at the school, not our fault. Why now am I stuck with my kid at home all the time? This is a concession to parents who want their kid out of their hair at least during school hours. I think that's what it is.
There are definitely some of those out there, I've heard. LA senior firefighters joined some LAPD cops in not digging the city mandate. Of course, we heard, what was it, last Saturday, that there were 6 that LAPD officers were suing over the vaccine mandate for all city employees, but now hundreds of LA Fire Department firefighters are joining that battle against the city's COVID-19 vaccine requirement. That was approved last month.
Yeah. All right. Well, you only need one of these. I mean, the firefighters could just wait.
Right.
And see what happens with the police officers.
That's what I was wondering. Is there any sort of more validity for one than the other, or is it just more? And does that add any legitimacy to the suit?
I don't know legally, unless you really can make an argument that firefighters are so different than police officers as to this question.
Can they join them? Like a class action or anything like that?
Possibly. They're all city employees, so I don't see why they couldn't pursue it. But, it also, this might be a legal bullying tactic.
Right.
If you bury the city in litigation, maybe the city will relent.
Well, and that's why, I'm sure we'll talk about it later, the couple dozen, attorneys general, Republicans from around the country have threatened Biden for his mandate that he's been putting out as well.
Yep.
They're threatening that as well.
So the hostess at a restaurant in New York City, where it is required that you be vaccinated to dine indoors, asked a group that showed up, I need to see proof of vaccination, and they beat her up.
I don't understand this.
They sent her to the hospital. 3 people are facing charges. This ought to be treated, here's what I think, this kind of thing should be treated the same way as if you assault a police officer.
Yeah?
This woman is doing her job, and it is in connection to a law.
Yeah.
Okay, she is in essence enforcing a law. So you beat up somebody because of that. I mean, if you beat up a cop, we'd all say, oh, that's really bad. If you're willing to beat up a cop, what else are you willing to do, right? Well, if you're willing to beat up somebody who is just doing their job in regard to a necessary enforcement of a regulation, it's the same question. And guess where they were from?
Florida.
No,
Texas.
There you go. The second
one of the
most
two.
obvious, second most obvious answer.
I just don't understand the mentality of people that think they're justified in attacking this person.
They're not. I don't think they think they're justified. They have to try to understand how deeply angry these kinds of people are about anybody trying to tell them what to do.
And a little ridiculous thinking they can go to New York and this isn't going to happen to them.
Yeah, if you're that kind of a person, what are you even doing in New York City?
Right.
What are you even doing there?
They made commercials about that.
What do you think was going to happen?
Yeah.
Well, I hope Rikers Island is comfy this time of year.
Yeah.
All right, let's get a news update from Michael Crozier, and then we'll continue handle on the news. It's KFI AM 640, live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
You heard Wayne talk about just a moment ago, a new COVID-19 vaccine mandate will soon be put in place in L.A. County. It's going to put proof of vaccination requirements in place for outdoor events with more than 10,000 people in indoor areas, at bars and nightclubs, most of the places that have alcohol to some degree. Health Director Barbara Ferrer says the mandate could help the county avoid a COVID surge this winter.
Get yourselves vaccinated if you want to go indoors, and otherwise, if you like to frequent bars, we have lots of bars that offer outdoor sites.
The mandate's expected to be announced some point today. A judge has allowed Southern California Edison to go ahead with its plans to tear down the oval-topped buildings on the site of the former San Onofre nuclear power plant. The judge has finalized a tentative ruling he made in June that the California Coastal Commission acted properly in approving the dismantling project despite a legal challenge by the Samuel Lawrence Foundation. An FDA advisory panel is going to meet to discuss COVID-19 vaccine booster shots for fully vaccinated people.
The question that's being put in front of that advisory committee today is whether or not we should approve a booster shot for the Pfizer vaccine. It's just Pfizer. We're not talking about Moderna and Johnson & Johnson.
ABC's Sonny Saltzman says experts will be looking at studies Pfizer has done in the U.S. and Israel that show the vaccine becomes less effective between 6 and 8 months after the second dose. And the chess masters made a bold opening move against Netflix.
Netflix has been hit with a defamation suit over a line in its hit show, The Queen's Gambit. 80-year-old chess master Nona Gaprindashvili is mentioned in the finale as having never faced men, but the former Soviet champion says that's not true. By 1968, the year that episode of the fictional story is set in, she'd competed against at least 59 male chess opponents. Calling the line grossly sexist and belittling, she's seeking $5 million. The streaming giant says it has the utmost respect for her career, but believes her claim has no merit. Mark Ronner, KFI News.
There's a breakdown dead ahead in North Hollywood.
Boy, well put, Michael. Thank you. Yes, good morning to you. Way too many problems here this morning, so listen up. North Hollywood, southbound 170 Burbank Boulevard. Been a crash in lanes, so trying to get it out of your way, but it's coming down from the split now. Expect delays a little bit south of Victory down towards the interchange. West San Fernando Valley, just something to watch for now. It's been a crash westbound 101 of Winnetka. Still a lot of activity, just barely to the shoulder. CA3 is responding to help out. It's full speed approaching. That's why I warn you about it, so please be careful. And boy, a huge problem trying to drive through Malibu. Pacific Coast Highway at Carbon Canyon, a horrific crash. Now they've made a hard closure in between Malibu Canyon and Carbon Canyon. Now that's a little bit, well, let's say in between Las Flores and the pier. So big time delays. Malibu Canyon, Topanga, Canaan, in between PCH and the 101, they're all open. We'll keep you advised if they start alternating traffic. KFI in the Sky helps you get there faster. I'm Jeff
When Bill and I needed new windows over 20 years ago, we picked a company we thought would do a good job. We were so disappointed.
So we saw a genuine need for a company with strong character, one that people could have faith in.
American Vision Windows was born right then and there.
What sets American Vision Windows apart is easily the culture. Their greatest investment is in their employees, and it shows.
With a great experience, I couldn't have asked for anything better.
I've been in the construction trade for 35 years. The level of quality of products that they use for their prep work was top-notch.
American Vision Windows continues to revolutionize the home improvement industry, one customer at a time, while changing the lives of our employees for the better. It's so simple.
Happy employees, happy customers.
For a limited time, American Vision Windows will pay the tax. Plus, you won't need to make payments for 6 whole months. Call 888-226-9908. That's 888-226-9908. Or visit AmericanVisionWindows.com. On approved credit, not all applicants will qualify. The restrictions apply. Call or see website for details. Offer ends 10/31/2021. CSLB number 778326.
Skies will gradually clear up today and a degree or so cooler, but it's still going to be hot. The low 70 at the beaches, under 80 to under 90 inland, and mostly like that over the weekend. Chance of it getting a little bit hotter again early next week. We lead local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Michael Crozier.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 38,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Hey, it's Dean Sharp. This is a message for professional painters from your friends at Benjamin Moore. Thank you for listening to your customers, for paying attention to every detail and knowing what they want even when they might not. You make it happen, and for that, we thank you. Benjamin Moore wants to thank painters everywhere for putting love into your work and making homeowners happy. Whether you're a pro or a happy homeowner, everything you need for your next project is waiting for you at your local independently owned Benjamin Moore retailer. Find the one nearest you at benjaminmoore.com. Benjamin Moore. See the love.
At Sit and Sleep, we know that people are experts at all kinds of things, except one, how to shop for the right mattress.
Right, Dad. Shopping for a mattress isn't something you do every day, or even every 8 years.
That's why Sit and Sleep has mattress experts with an average of 10 years experience, and bed match technology that scientifically recommends just the right mattress for you.
So for expert advice, trust your sleep to Sit and Sleep.
You know, Drew, I'm an expert at other things.
Like what?
Screaming free!
Tired of theft and vandalism at your commercial property? Proactively protect your business with advanced video security. At Bay Alarm, we keep our eyes on what you prize. Go to bayalarm.com to get protected today.
ACR 28 CCL 880138. Now through September 30th, lease a 2021 BMW 330i sedan for $429 a month for 36 months with $39.99 due at signing. See a Southern California BMW Center today for details or visit SoCalBMW.com.
Call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
For official rules and more information about contests on this station, go to KFIAM640.com/rules.
Live and local.
KFI AM 640.
An iHeart radio station.
KFI AM 640, live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Good morning, it is the Bill Handel Show, and he'll be along a little bit later. But the morning crew is here. It's Michael Crozier in for Jennifer Jones-Lee and me, and we're doing Handel on the News.
Now it looks like we're going to start seeing some more friends in tight places. Apparently, Governor Newsom yesterday, back at work, he survived the election, yada yada. He essentially yesterday abolished single-family zoning in California. So now I guess people can, if you fulfill the criteria, you can go from a single-family lot to developing up to 4 residential units on the same lot. And that's just obviously in a fight against homelessness and some of the things that Newsom's been talking about. That's what he's saying anyways. That's the excuse he's giving. And a property needs to meet certain criteria. It's a SB9 before it can be developed into multifamily housing. It's got to be large enough. The owner's got to live there for at least 3 years before splitting up the property. And says the new law would likely at most add fewer than 700,000 units across California. I can't remember what's the homeless population here. And would that really help that? It just would provide more housing for people looking for homes right now because the market's so tight.
It might help the middle class,
right?
Arguably, it's
right.
not. It's not going to help homeless people,
right? But that's the excuse, right? I mean, that's the justification.
It's suddenly going to make it's suddenly going to make a house in a particular neighborhood, instead of that house being, and I'm just throwing out numbers, like instead of those houses being $800,000, all of a sudden they're going to be $50.
Yeah, right.
So this is an attack on suburbia, is what it is. This is really more about, we want high population density and we want everybody to get rid of their cars. Because there's a companion bill that goes with this.
The SB10 you're talking about.
Yes, that says you can build a dense housing near transit with no environmental review.
Ah, and up to 10 units.
Mm-hmm. Without regard for what effect it might have.
Yeah. Personally, as far as like mass transit and things like that, there's got to be a better way to do it. I mean, the idea of putting more housing near transit hubs is a good thing. But like you say, without environmental reviews or anything like that, this can't end well.
At 7 o'clock, I'm going to unpack this whole thing since he signed it and now it's theoretically real. What it really will accomplish, which is not what they say. So they will get to vote in Minneapolis on getting rid of their police department and replacing it with an as yet, well, I guess they're going to call it the Department of Public Safety. And there might be police officers, but there might not be police officers because it says this Department of Public Safety will have police officers if deemed necessary. Good luck.
And yeah, what does that mean?
Well, it means in theory there will be someone in a position of authority on the city council or whatever who will make the argument that there should be no police officers in Minneapolis.
Yeah, right.
None.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen. The people don't want that.
Yeah.
And what, by the way, they're going to vote. So the first thing is, will they even vote to approve this idea of getting rid of the police department?
Without any particulars involved. Just
well,
that
very
simple
vague.
notion.
Yes, a very vague thing that it'll be called the Department of Public Safety. There might be police officers. There might not. Nobody really knows what it would be. Never agree to demolish your house until you already have the plans and the permits and the approval to build the new house. Can you imagine? What are you doing? Oh, we're completely imploding my house today. The whole thing?
Oh,
Yeah,
what are you going to do?
Totally destroyed. I'm going to build something.
Wait, you don't know what you're going to build? But
nah, I'm gonna. If the demolition works, then I will talk to an architect and see what's available and try to decide what to do.
So what are you going to
I don't know. I'll figure it out later. I just want this house gone.
Yep.
I want a different house.
Now, the thing that they're doing in Orange County that started in Huntington Beach, that seems like a good way to sort of bridge that gap, at least initially.
What are they doing
with the mobile mental health? With the mobile mental health.
You're talking about the police department thing.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about housing.
Yeah, no.
Oh, sure. Well, Eugene, Oregon has had a non-armed response program for 30 years now. About 17% of their 911 calls are transferred, instead of being transferred to police, fire, or paramedics, they're transferred to this private agency that contracts with the city, and they go out, and it has been a rousing success.
Just in Eugene. That's
not in the whole state or anything. But it's been a model for 30 years that, it's taken this long for anybody else to even bother to take a look at it. The key to the success of such a thing is triaging the initial call.
Right.
So that you're pretty sure you've asked all the right questions to know whether this is a person with a gun and a badge problem or it's a person with a ton of mental health training with no gun or badge problem.
Yeah, to me, that's the horse.